Hello, everybody, and welcome to week number 9 over here at Meta HSE. I'm Midnight, joined by Mendrix for what could be a very interesting week for some of the teams at the higher end of the standings, and an enjoyable week for those who weren't able to climb their way all the way up there. Mendrix, how you going? How you feeling for this week number 9 of Meta?
Ooh, I am pumped and I am ready to enjoy as well, just like those teams have gone, look, we didn't make it. That's fine. Let's just get in there, have a bit of fun, and you might end up seeing better results because of it, because now the pressure's off. You actually hit those executions. Things just end up going a little bit better, which means we might see some pretty higher tier games coming up.
You'd hope so. And our first game of the day is going to be down in Division 2. So, for a reminder, everybody, Division 2 is the division where it is blind pick. There's no banning phase. It's just, I think that, I don't recall it's a banning phase at least. You just pick what you
No,
want.
there
Get
isn't.
right
You just
into
go
it.
for it. You just hook in, set up, ready to roll. Think of it as if it's basically the IT setting you up at work, and they give you a fresh laptop, and they go lock in. Let's make this work.
Yeah, well, we're going to get right into it with our first game of the night, which is going to be University High on the blue, facing up against Williamstown High School on the red. And I think it is important to note as we are getting into the game, of course, Champion Select is
Hmm.
playing out on your screen, that both these teams are sitting on a 4-4 record. So, in theory, this is the game that breaks the back between the midfield between these two teams. So that'll be interesting to see which way the wind blows today.
We're going to be one of those cases where the wind just decides to blow in one direction. That team's going to be the one that ends up to take it out. I mean, yeah, you'd say it's a bit easy in that sense, but I'd love to see, one standout player really being the person that decides to stick it to the wind in that scenario and pull their teams kicking and screaming over to the other side, which typically in these blind picks seems to be the case. There is someone who's really begin to picking up how the game aspects works, perhaps putting a few extra hours in versus their teammates, and it starts to show. I mean, Alien Sniper for one. I mean, we've seen these hovering right now. That Eve, I personally feel did do a fantastic job in Kane in the past, and can definitely do something for the rest of the team going forward. So looking to see who ends up being what ends up being the shining light on the other side of the team as well, or if it is going to be a team effort, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing for me, at least, is the Kindred down in the bottom lane there. Kindred not typically seen as an 80 carry champion nowadays.
Yep.
Often you would see it, as the jungler, which is a lot more staple for it. But Dragon Ninja obviously has a bit more preference towards it, and they will lock that one in. But I think the middle lane is the most interesting to me. Yasuo and Katarina, both very snowball champions. Either can just basically take over the game single-handedly if you give them enough room to play with. So I'm very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, I feel Yasuo has a bit of an edge going into it. Typically, if he's moving around enough, should be able to put that shield up in time for Katarina's cooldowns when she does throw her daggers out. The other thing as well is Katarina does need to, from time to time, walk into melee range in order to get that CS as well. So it does mean that Yasuo, with his lower cooldowns, should be able to find an advantage. And the ability to move around so quickly through those minions does mean Yasuo can actually dodge out most of those damage coming from, or the AoE damage from Katarina that we have seen her do with pretty good efficiency when she's able to jump on those less mobile champions. So Tesseri probably going to have that work cut out for them up against Ungood at game. That being said, if Ungood at game is pretty much what he's saying, is the case, Tesseri should be able to pull something out of the back pocket.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that middle lane plays out there. And I suppose the other very interesting lane is the bottom lane real quick here, because when you look at what Williamstown High School is bringing to the table, Aphelios, Larks, it does a little bit of everything. All it's missing is really survivability in forms of a tank. And then I see against it, I see Kindred, which will start very short range because, of course, Kindred won't have any stacks on the passive. And, of course, the Pike, which loves to look in for kills. So could it be like a level 2 all-in sort of thing from University High School with the Kindred Pike?
Absolutely. I feel that if this bot lane that they've put together is going to have any chance of succeeding, they will need to go in hard and fast. Otherwise, Lux will just sit back, throw out those pop shots. Aphelios also has the ability to range out when that particular weapon comes into it, when he's using his sniper form. Those things really are going to start to play to an effect. The big thing is that Pike, of course, has that heavy engage and the ability to bridge the distance and help Kindred out, so that way she can put out that damage if necessary. So really, Dragon Ninja and Thonk need to be very decisive when they do decide to jump in for those battles. Otherwise, they will find themselves being chipped away slowly, and eventually an advantage coming to Class EV or Light Bulb.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to go, as of course this is our first game of the day here over at Meta HSE for week number 9. University High and Williamstown High School will be our first two teams. Remember, both these teams sitting at a 4-4 record in Division 2, so we'll see who can climb up, guys. But we'll be getting into games, so do not go anywhere. In less than a minute, our first game at Meta HSE will be live. And we've hit Summoner's Rift between University High on the blue and Williamstown High School in the red. And these two teams looking a little bit interesting because, Mandrix, there are some interesting things coming through here in terms of the Summoner spells and the Keystone. So I suppose you want to take a little bit of time to look at it with what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser bringing Grasp of the Undying is definitely an unusual, a curious choice, I must admit. I was thinking about it, hey, this Mordekaiser should have a pretty fun time against the Ornn. Typically, Ornn needs to be playing it pretty damn finesse up against the Mordekaiser. There are definitely cases when Ornn's a blunt instrument in lane. You don't really need to be playing it too well. You can just like walk up, use your Flame Breath, make them brittle, smack them down. Everything's good. Mordekaiser, not really the case. He's definitely got the ability just to easily walk in, use a Q, immediately get that shield, and your chances of trading back pretty much go to zero. And then when he starts stacking up that Conqueror, you have to get out of there. In the case of Grasp of the Undying, probably not going to be as damaging for Gotcha. So Gotcha is probably going to be in for a bit of a better lane than your average Ornn.
Yeah, you can do it quite well if you're mechanically good at the Ornn, though. Like, for example, denying the ultimate is, well, massive if you can do it successfully. It does, though, take a little bit of skill. You have to be able to read it successfully. So we'll see if Gotcha does well up in that top lane. But I still want to look at this middle lane here. Both of the mid laners are quite comfortable on their champions. I believe the lowest mastery is about 50k.
Yep.
So you would like to think that both these guys, both Ungood as well as Tezzeri, know what they're doing. And that, to me, means an explosive fight in the middle lane starting very shortly, because Ignite on the Katarina tells me that they want to do something in this laning phase. They don't want to sit back and let the game play itself out.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's also interesting is the itemization in that middle lane as well. They've both opted in for Doran's Blades. I feel typically you'd be in a better position to actually go for the Doran Shield there, because both of them would be trading effectively, and I think having that Doran Shield means you would have a bit of a better time in lane because of it. It would take you much longer to actually get that HP back until you've actually got a little bit of AD in your back pocket. So I feel Ungood at Game would have benefited from the Doran Shield. Same with Tesseri as well, and that's the advantage of Mordekaiser as well. We're looking at there is Sal does the bit of a slap as well.
Yeah, and Thonk, this is rough in his bottom lane here. Thonk still isn't level 2. He actually might just get nuked down here. Gravitum CC coming through, but not able to get the Caliban shot on the Philios. But damn, this is rough that Thonk has only now hit level 2 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a rough scenario for them. You can see that that superior range is going to play a factor here. They weren't able to get that early level 2 and jump in there, so that means that they're actually just suffering that little bit. They do have the ability to punish them under tower here if they can land it, but it looks like that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I feel like with the Aphelios Lux, your greatest strength is just the fact that you can poke, well, basically forever. Right, with the Calibrum on the Aphelios, the Lux range, that outranges obviously the Pike and the Kindred. Should just be able to poke them out, then look for a little bit of shenanigans. Talking about shenanigans, top lane, Sal is in a lot of trouble here. Will get CC'd up with a Bellows Breath, the Alien coming in, but will they arrive in time? The answer is simply, well, yes they will. As Sal taken down low, taking down the Flash to try and get something out of it, but unfortunately just does not have the damage output.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt coming out of there. Again, if he actually had Conquerors, he probably would have had the ability to do some pretty decent damage, but the combination from Gotcha was landed first, which means he didn't really have a chance to do the return damage, and Alien Sniper timed it pretty damn well, so wasn't really any chance for him to actually get out of that. Would have preferred if he held on to the Flash, because now if I was Alien Sniper, I'd be making a return trip immediately.
Yeah, there's a lot of openings there. Oh my lord,
Ooh,
Tesseri with that Ignite makes it look almost easy in lane.
That was actually really well done. Tesseri understood how much damage was needed in order to get that kill and just said, hey, Syrup, can you pass by? Give me a bit of a drive-by here. Just wanted you to land that ability on the process. Meanwhile, Dragon Ninja...
One more hit will do it, but not able to go down there. Flash to flash combination, and Thonk a couple more hits away from going down, but the flank from Syrup is a, well, should be good there, as opponents sometimes have the heal coming through on the back end of it as well. Drizzle will fall, and Thonk somehow remains unkilled in that skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, very lucky in the sense of it. You can tell they were jumping on directly. Alien Sniper came in to play a little bit of a disruption there, saying, you know what, you guys are going to die if all of you commit to this, and Thonk managed to come out, though. Might work out for him in the end here now, because Alien Sniper is looking in for a flank.
Yeah, we'll get the CC down onto the Aphelios 7. Will Chazzy have their life to play with it with the Chakrams available? Does have the damage output, needs to dodge hook, but doesn't dodge it out. And Light doesn't have the mana to back up their AD carry.
You can see that he was really trying to kite that one out there, but when you have that little of HP, it wasn't going to be too much for you as well. And I think this is one of those cases where you do just need to back right on out of there. Tesseri is trying to snowball now, essentially, with that kill, but needs to respect that Ignite, that Ungood at Game, still holding for the time being.
Yeah, holding out there. This has been a very aggressive first 6 minutes of the game so far. So let's take a little bit of time just to maybe stock up on how things are going, and maybe just look at the kills. Because I think the big important thing for these kills, Mendrix, is the fact that two of them have gone down onto Alien Sniper on the Evelyn. Evelyn, more than able to snowball the game if given the time of day, and it's kind of nightmare fuel if you're not ready for them. It's, oh, Chazzy has a lot of chakrams. This could be death. The Dragon Energy drops that exhaust down, but will it be enough? I don't think it will. One more 1v1, and it will be Chazzy who comes out on top of that one. But Lightbulb not able to get the shield down onto the AD carry, so it will be a 1-for-1 trade between the two marksmans.
Yeah, you can see Classy knew that he could actually tank so much of that minion damage because of the chakrams as well. Strip Drizzle, don't think you're going to find a mark there, but at least you get a little bit of damage for your trouble. And that does manage to get that trade 1-for-1. The other thing that's really big here is Lightbulb's actually freezing that lane. So that does mean that Dragon Ninja is going to miss out on so much CS even after getting that, after falling down as well. And at the same time, he's going to miss that. Alien Sniper's got some nice damage. Ooh!
And that's a tactical nuking, as I like to say, as we're seeing Sal on the top lane there, did drop the Death Realm onto Gotcha, but was able to get it alive on the side of the Ornn there, but that's Ornn's life for the next, well, 30 minutes of this game, basically.
He's going to be stuck under tower the entire time, pretty much. Honestly, he's going to be stuck there even when he does manage to get his itemization up and rolling, because Mordekaiser will just have that sheer amount of extra damage that comes out. I feel maybe because he's missing out on Conqueror, there will become a turning point when the Hyper Tank on does come into it, but typically speaking, he should be just, shoved under tower left, right, and center, and hopefully make something happen when Alien Sniper comes, because that is going to become one big Evelyn. You can see that damage there is already pretty much nightmare fuel, as you were saying before midnight.
Yeah, and does have the gold to complete their Mythic, which will of course be the Night Harvester. And this kill onto Sal. Oh no! Gotcha didn't get the second half of the Ornn combo, so I think Sal just gets out.
He's just going to walk away. He does want to back here as well, so I don't think he is really too concerned. Okay. Alien Sniper is still stopping him.
Yeah, Sal's in a lot of trouble here. Alien Sniper should have the damage output just to nuke their health down. Gotcha comes in for backup there. One more hit will do it. Will get the kill. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Thonk is surviving under the turret there, but not able to get away from the lightning of the dead Volibear.
There we go. Still some trades happening around the map, but the big thing here is at the end of the day, it looks like it is going to be Uni High still getting the better end of those trades, although the gold doesn't really reflect it. I think that the farming aspect is pretty good coming out of Williamstown High, and we're still going to be very competitively even game, so we're probably going to be in for a long haul here.
There is no real, it's a slowish game, but what concerns me a little bit is where are all of the kills that have been picked up, and so far it is Alien Sniper on the Evelyn. Now, while the game is looking relatively even, 300 gold difference, I would expect this to be the point where the Evelyn sort of takes over the rest of the map. And the way I would love to see that is in the jungle objectives, as Dragon just gets nuked. I'm amazed Dragon Ninja had, held onto that heal there, because that was by the skin of their teeth level surviving.
Yeah, this is actually going in deep again, and Alien Sniper's thinking about making a play here, so coming in, let's see how much damage the Alien has.
Get the CC on the Kazi and just nukes them! Their ult probably not required as the exhaust comes down. Lightbulb trying to run for it there, but Thonk is level 6. If they can get access to the range, that will be death from below.
Yeah, you can see Tessera's trying to make something happen as well, and yeah, this Evelyn's well and truly online now, especially with everything coming down. Also has the starting of that Magi's as well, just to stack up. So Alien Sniper really understanding these win conditions going forward. And if Alien Sniper can start transitioning now, this extra gold lead around the map and into objectives, it should be a very clear path to victory for University High. Just making sure to keep that pressure on, not dropping any of that damage at the same time as well. And I mean, if there's going to be a way for them to come back into it, it should be through this mid lane. I mean, Katarina is still going to be a killer. Here we go, jumping out under tower.
God, he's under his own turret. Give the man some mercy. As the jungler will go down on the other side. Their dragon finally started up. Tezzari, for all of the pressure this Katarina has made, the dragon is secured by University High, giving them a 1,000 gold lead.
And again, it comes down to that fact that pressure that put up by Alien Sniper is just too great. And yeah, I mean, Tessera's got pressure mid, but he still had to dive under tower first to get the kill. And now Alien Sniper is looking for another meal.
Yeah, and snack. 6-0-3, 500 gold bounty here for the jungler of University High. We talked about how this game could be a little bit slow. Well, right now, with this Evelyn, it is insane as Sal is feeling confident here. Does the flash Death Realm onto Dragon Ninja, not able to get the pull back in. And the moment he bumps out, there are reinforcements from Dragon Ninja.
I don't think he's going to let Ray pops up.
Needs to survive, and that will be a kill given over to Gotcha.
Yeah, the best target there, definitely not the Kindred to throw into the Death Realm. Kindred's got the ability to actually just use that Land's Respite, get out of it completely. Thunks favors the thing here.
Oh my lord!
That's good damage.
Good comes through on the back end of it, that one. Death Drum below to ensure the kill goes over. 4, 1, and 3 on the support here. And Ungood could be feeling more, but there's a TP coming in from the side of this. This is Tezzari arriving. They are now outnumbered because the Volibear's coming in from the back line as well. Tezzari gets stunned up, but it won't matter. The Chakrams do pick up the kill there, and Ungood is not able to land the Tornado and will get a free trip back to base.
Yeah, that's really big that Classy V also got that 600 gold shutdown, and Classy V definitely has a bit of the stuff like comes into it. The ability to understand when I can go in with these chakrams, when I need to stay and keep my range as well. Of course, the two biggest members, Tesseri and Classy V, are very susceptible to the Evelyn, but if they can actually keep her under wraps, stop her from getting in between these two members, they still have the ability to keep this game, because again, even though they do have that dragon underneath their belt, relatively even gold, which means that if it does get to a team fight scenario where it makes it harder for Evelyn to isolate and kill members one by one, they do have the ability to win the team fights.
Yeah, but will they get that far is kind of my concern, because yes, you can just say, oh, just group up against Evelyn, you'll be fine, but this Evelyn is 6-0-4, has the Rocket Belt already in their back pocket. I'm a bit surprised they didn't go for the Night Harvester build, and it's so easy to just distract from the Evelyn with your solo laner. For example, look right now, Ungood is just sort of hanging around the mid lane being like, okay, look, I'm vulnerable, don't you want to try and fight me, while Thonk is acting as the bait, and now Syrup realizes, oh crap, this may not be one fight. It's a two-man stun from Thonk, sets up his team perfectly for 2 kills in the favor there, and now the reinforcements of Sal simply won't do anything. The Mordekaiser going for the tank build just doesn't do the damage.
Yeah, no respect coming through out of Williamstown High. They should have realized, hey, we've got no vision here. We don't know where the support is. We don't know where Alien Sniper is. We should actually not go in and jump for it. Basically, they got the better of them. You could tell that they were trying to set that trap here. So well done coming out of coming out of University High to put that trap into play and set it off. And Syrup Drizzle's at this point where he understands, I'm behind the 8 ball. I need to try to make something happen. Otherwise, this jungler is going to snowball out of control. But if you haven't done your due diligence, if you haven't done your research or your book report before jumping into that jungle, this is the things that will happen. And them trying to get themselves back into the game actually snowballed it into the favor of the Uni High here. And now that they've got that clear way to victory again through this Evelyn, things are just going to get worse. They really do need to shut down Alien Sniper. That really is going to be the key now to get themselves back into the game, and that has to be through warding. It has to be through setting up through vision and staying together using the buddy system, but it begins to open up the rest of the map. This does mean that Dragon Ninja could start to do things like just side laning the entire time, or allowing Ungood a game to get into the side lane and get really big as well. So this opens up other issues, and he's going for it.
Yeah, 2-man knock up into the combination, but will have the exhaust drop down from Lightbulb immediately allows the disengage. Ungood gets nuked down thanks to Calibrum, but a death from below will make it a 1-for-1 trade at the back end of that one. Our 2 top laners GGing out, but the fact that they were able to make that a 1-for-1 trade thanks to the Calibrum of Classy was damn impressive.
Yeah, that's what I said. Classy beforehand has the ability to strut the stuff. That mechanics or that micro positioning really is a big utility tool that they've got at their advantage. So, as I mentioned before, if they do manage to keep things safe and keep that Classy V, keep that Aphelios under wraps and protected from the Evelyn, there's a very good chance they can turn this around into a good team fight. And Sal's going in deep.
Yeah, Gotcha does have access to the ultimate, but will it be enough damage output? I just don't think it does. The Panic Flash, one more hit will do it. Sal will pick up that kill. Meanwhile, we did see a flash of Alien Sniper trying to assassinate someone, but I don't think it worked considering they haven't gained yet another kill. Oh, wait, no, they got Classy actually, never mind.
You know what I love about this Mordekaiser build? It feels like Season 1 to me. This is what I used to do back in the day. I used to play a mid-lane tank Mordekaiser. And it's just bringing back that nostalgia kick for it. I'm seeing, the makings of the Sunfire Aegis now come to play. I'm like, oh, it's a Sunfire cape. Oh, that's pretty good to take Mordekaiser. It's doing work. Managed to get the shutdown gold onto the side of managing to turn things around. But, of course, objectives are what win the game. And the fact that Uni High are continuing to pick up these dragons is going to become even worse for our good old friends here in the Williamstown High School. They need to stop this dragon train from happening.
Yeah, but the question is, well, are they going to be in a position to do so? Because look where Ungood is just sort of hanging out right now. Just sitting a lot of time in the bottom lane, has dropped quite a bit of CS. As I think something top lane here, I'm not so sure Gotcha is going to get out in one piece. Syrup has so much damage on this volley band, simply disables the turret for the dive. And meanwhile, Lightbulb realizes they're in trouble, immediate flash, but gets charmed up thanks to Sniper. And that should be more than enough to donate the kill over to the Arsenal.
When I think about it, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Syrup Drizzle completely on the right here. Hey, they just took a dragon. That means most of the resources are bought. Let's go and see if we can dive Gotcha and get the kill. Able to do so. At the same time, they do manage to pick up Class V and Light Bulb as well, but they're not really getting any of these objectives right now. I mean, yeah, that's nice that they're getting kills, but you can see they're fighting in between towers. They're denying a bit of experience, I guess, on that bot side, because obviously people aren't going down there as well. Tesseray, don't walk in. Don't walk in, Tesseray. Walked in.
Welcome to the Evelyn. You stop looking for half a second and you die.
Yeah, this is the point where you need to have everything watered up. You just can't walk in without everyone else. And Tesseray should have just walked down the lane, picked up that easy experience. As you can see, Class V is the one who's picking it up now. But, of course, on the other side of the map, they do get a tower as a bit of respite. And Sal's actually pretty good at handling the Evelyn. Building full tank, which will be able to go into magic resistance relatively soon. That does mean that Alien Sniper might not be able to one-shot this Mordekaiser, especially in the Death Realm. And that's going to be pretty big, because if you're able to take Alien Sniper out of the fight, basically say, hey, no, you're versing me now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Land, that means that the rest of the team shouldn't be able to take out everyone else, because a lot of that is concentrated, or a lot of this gold is concentrated on Alien Sniper. And you have to look at ungood a game to make something happen, and here we go, they're coming in for the fight now.
Yeah, they get the CC up, but there's no point for Sal even ult! Sal was CC'd for so long, they couldn't even drop the Death Realm before dying.
You know, I feel Sal still misplayed that. It's not a matter of, hey, there's no counterplay, there's absolutely counterplay. You don't flash you don't flash out of that. That's the first thing, okay? Either A, you just drop it and use your Death Realm immediately onto the Ornn. That actually stops him from having access to his ultimate, so that's one way you can actually deny the Ornn ultimate, is literally just say, you know what, I'm taking you into the realm. The other thing as well is that you could see there that Alien Sniper was beginning to make their way in as well, and was actually just walking straight at Sal. So to be honest, Sal should have been able to see Alien Sniper and say, you know what, let's do this, come into the realm with me straight away. If Sal had done that, he would have been in a much better position, and more actions happening now for Gotcha.
Yeah, Gotcha shouldn't be able to run away from this one. Honestly, again, we saw what happens. This time there's no turret to protect them, but they could just buy time. They do have reinforcements coming in, ungoodies here as Alien Sniper. This could be a disaster there, as Alien will just nuke down Sal. And has got the prowl on. I'm also sure they've got the speed to catch up to Syrup. Unless Syrup decides to hang around there. Does have the flank from Dragon. Dragon jumps forward, but I'm not so sure I like that idea very much. Not able to drop the ultimate in time. That Lancer's Pike could have saved them, but simply wasn't able to react in time.
Yeah, Classy is trying to hunt Alien here, but Alien's trying to make this work. He thinks he can go in. He can!
That's disgusting coming out there from Alien Sniper. Now Treasury isn't going to make it out there. Thonk picks up one Light Bulb. Do you have the damage output to kill? Unfortunately, you do not.
Yeah, the reaction speed just not enough. Alien Sniper is putting himself in positions of over and over again and definitely getting the kills, and really is the turning point for the team right now. I mentioned it in Champion Select that Alien Sniper definitely understands the way to play this game and carry his team, and it really is that shining light right now, delivering that performance. Disgusting. That is disgusting. On an Evelyn. Yeah, it's filthy. It's in every form of the way. It's just I can't think. I'm trying to think of the I'm looking at my thesaurus mind right now to just put other different ways to say the word just dirt in terms of everything just being just I don't want to deal with that in any sense of it. I don't want to touch it with a 64-foot pole. That is something you do not want to have in your games at any point in time. It's not toxic because it's the game, but it is definitely nuclear at this point. Even Thonk is getting into the action and getting pretty big himself.
Yeah, 7, 2, and 6 on the Pike here with access to death from below, but once again, Alien's just going to do some nuking on the back end of the fight here. Picks up one for themselves. It will be Thonk grabbing a second. And the gold has dramatically gone from the 300 difference in the early game to, well, a little bit more than that. Something about 7,000 is a little bit hard to recover from. And in this game, what do we do?
Look, in accounting terms right now, it's material. This is a material difference. Someone's embezzling the money out of the company in terms of out of Summoner's Rift. That's definitely going to be university high right now. As you can see, it's getting ridiculous at this point, and they're just continuing to soak up more and more of those resources. Not only are they getting the gold, they're getting the objectives, which is that good old juicy dragon, and That's going to really benefit an Alien Sniper. But wow, Dragon caught out.
Yeah, and just nuked once again. Dragon going down without using their ultimate nor any of their summoners here. I think Dragon maybe just getting caught off guard a little bit by what's going around them. Maybe, I think Dragon's doing the same thing that the rest of us is doing, which is just spending so much time watching Alien Sniper that you forget that you have a champion in this game as well, and you run in and just die by mistake. We've all done it at least once, or at least most people have, I think.
But it is also illustrating how much damage is still available for Williamstown High, and if the planets align at this point, they can still take a win from this, especially because Alien Sniper is full damage. And, I mean, can actually fall down to damage. You can see that down to 25% HP. If you had a little bit of focus fire on the rest of the team there, in those scenarios when Alien Sniper gets caught, he can die. And that's 1,000 gold. Gold influx to one of those members. Whether it goes to Syrup, Sal, Class EV, they're all building pretty much pure damage. Sal's now opted in to go damage. I would have loved to have seen a Spirit Visage be picked up because that means that he would have a way to deal with Alien Sniper.
Yeah, but Treasury isn't going to be really able to deal with him. Does have some backup here, but I just don't think it matters,
nice
especially
dodge.
when Ungood gets involved in there. Meanwhile, Gotcha is once again being bullied in a 2v1. I think there's like, I came to be a top laner to be left the hell alone. What is this? Get out of my top lane. He's trying to run for backup. I'm not so sure it's going to matter, but he will take him down. But backup is here. Alien Sniper as well as Stonk will be able to just nuke Syrup's health bar down here, and Sal gets out, but that's only because Sal has a turret to hide under.
You can see Alien Sniper even sort of fancied going in there as well. Thonk wants to make something happen.
Yeah, Thonk's hungry.
They're looking for the dive. They're going in for it. He's going in for it.
Be careful, Death Bomb's available. Just gets pulled in under the turret there, which means that Sniper's going to just sort of die. Yeah, 1,000 gold donated over to Sal there. Sal will fall down, but finally, the Evelyn has been killed.
Yeah, but there's a TP coming in as well. Tesseri wants to make something happen, and Thonk is running.
Yeah, Thonk gets out here. I love how Alien Sniper was sitting on 10 stacks of Dark Seal for so long, dies, and decides this is the time to upgrade it into a mid guys. Like, it didn't happen twice.
I've been going pretty well this whole game. I've still got this 1,000 gold bounty on me. I reckon. Yeah, now's the time for it. This is what I was talking about. If you go in a little bit too hard, you make that little bit of a mistake, you can fall down and give a massive gold influx, and that's really big for Sal. Sal can continue to bully Gotcha Licker in the scenario. Also, with that gold influx, if he does pull Alien Sniper into the Death Realm as well, he'll have a lot more damage to deal. So, it's a bit of a double-edged sword when you do get this fed, because you have to be constantly protectful of the idea of how much gold that you're going to give away. Alien Sniper's back on it again, can still give away another 1,000 gold as well. And it's fancying the luck there, wants to jump in. Syrup just not the one that you want to go for here, to be honest, but Thonk's been caught there.
Yeah, quite a little bit there, but I'm not so sure it's going to lead to too much. There is going to be Sal, though, just getting dived on. Meanwhile, on the side, Dragon's actually been caught out. Dragon's not kiting out, actually, so that's going to get taken down by Syrup as well. Thonk now looking for a little bit more, does get a nice chisel up, but will it really matter? A beautiful flash though for a two-man stun. That was amazing, Thonk! Oh my word, that was beautiful!
You can really see that gold really beginning to push into it because they were able to find kills across the board. Everyone was out of position, and now that they've been able to get in as well, Thonk, as you mentioned, with the ability to jump in, force those mistakes, force everything. He's even trying to get classy at the same time. Alien Sniper!
No way that's legal!
Oh, ends up being legal in this country. Summon a rift, baby.
That was disgusting. Thonk and Alien just nuking down Williamstown High School members here. Enough so that they are confident to go for the Baron. I'm not so sure. They do look kind of low, and the Ornn is taking their sweet time to get in.
Yeah, Gotcha just waddles in towards the very end here. It does mean they will be able to pick it up, and of course, no Lux available to actually get the kill or go for the final spark. Doesn't mean it's going to be a nice, easy Baron. I think just going back to what happened beforehand, everything sort of did come down from Thonk. Thonk was able to get in there, force most of everything from happening. He was able to line up those stuns directly afterwards. But at the same time, this massive gold lead that both Alien Sniper and Thonk have amassed allows them to actually get in there. Because if they went in a little bit weaker, that would have been a mistake. And that would have been gold in the back pocket for Williamstown.
But there is at least a saving grace for Williamstown, which is the fact that they were able to secure their first dragon. It does put off the Elder Dragon, it puts off the Soul Dragon by at least another 5 minutes, so that is a potential sign of life for our
Small
team in the
mercies.
Red.
League of Legends is a game of small mercies. If you manage to get a few of them, they all add up, and next thing you know, you're back in the game. It's all about taking it late at this point now for Williamstown. If they can just hold on for at least another, let's say, 10 minutes, bring the goal difference to be at say, 65 to 55, things start to get a little bit better, especially because there isn't any real, I mean, apart from Gotcha, someone who's going to be able to like protect the rest of everyone else, and they have a lot of ways to get into that back line. You've got the jump from Syrup, you've got, of course, the death run from Sal. Classy V is going to be doing damage regardless. Lightbulb has the ability to chew through people with Final Spark. A lot of the damage from Lux goes through people, so that front line from Gotcha isn't going to be as effective against this team because, of course, they have so many ways to just bypass that with their abilities.
Exactly, but a death trap like this could have worked if it wasn't well scouted out by Lightbulb there on the Lux. Really clever use to make sure they don't just charge headfirst into danger here, but Syrup could be in trouble. They get pulled in, and Syrup is going to go down here. One more hit will do it. And with the jungler down, this means that with Baron buff, they can easily make their push.
They've also got a cannon minion there as well that can just look to protect that the entire time. And Thonk, he's just catching people. Will Smith, the fisherman.
Yeah,
speaking of which, never mind, I cursed him.
Yeah, the moment you say he's catching people out, Thonk gets caught out themselves. They're nuked. 100 to 0. That buys some more time.
Yeah, Lightbulbs is literally saying, look at me now, Thonk. I'm the person who does the catches there. That was all off the back of Lightbulb being able to catch him with that binding light, binding Thonk to his death. I think a lot of it also comes down to he needs to understand that he has to be careful there, use those minions as an ability to block out most of that damage. Wasn't using that, just thought it could jump in once again. And again, these guys have damage. They have the ability to really turn these fights around. So again, the respect needs to be paid despite this 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, you can't afford to be over-aggressive without the proper backup. Remember that most of your gold lead will be on the back of Alien Sniper here. 19, 1, and 12. 17 stacks on the Medjay Soul Sealer with a Void Star coming in as the final item. But that's where most of your gold advantage is. If you do not have access or not playing around Alien Sniper, it's not going to go well for you. Like this, for example, Dragon Ninja getting caught out on their own, even with the exhaust, might not be enough. Actually, Syrup losing all their help, but does pump the ulti. There is the Lamb's Light finally coming out there to stay safe. Tezzeret dubs come through, but Drizzle leaves the Lamb's Respite. Will go down there. They will at least try and turn it around, but that's a 2-for-1.
And a lot of that really did come down to the fact that people not really, or players not understanding the abilities here, and also the macro. I'm beginning to look at things here. I mean, Alien Sniper down the bot lane, split pushing. Mate, you should just be running around, just getting as many kills as possible, and letting I'm good at game split, right? This is where the lane assignments are really starting to come through as not being correct from the team here, and we are looking at the fact that, yeah, this is Division 2, these guys are having just a bit of fun as well at the same time. Sal, though, fancies his luck.
It does drop in the Death Realm. As long as Alien doesn't lose everything in the Death Realm itself, it should be fine here. And now with Lightbulb in the area vicinity, just cuts them to even get over the wall as a consolation prize. That's disgusting.
And a nice little cheeky play there. And again, that fact that there's no Spirit Visage coming to hurt Sal will be so powerful against this against this Evelyn, really, if you take into account the fact that it gives you the extra shielding, gives you that extra regeneration at the same time, really does synergize well with that Grasp of the Undying. I feel if this was a Spirit Visage on Sal, he would actually be having a pretty good time against Alien Sniper.
Yeah, but it isn't. He's gone for a bit more of a armor defensive, and it kind of makes sense. You've got a Kindred, you've got the Evelyn, sorry, the Kindred and the Yasuo. So I like the idea, but I do agree that maybe a little bit of more magic resistance, especially early on, would be quite nice. And if we're talking about build paths, I think we kind of have to talk about the fact that Tezzeret only is now building towards their mythic item as a third item, and let's not forget about that. The Syrup is building a Zhonya's on a Volibear.
I mean, I can understand why you want the Zhonya's. I mean, look, Volibear does have a lot of damage. if with the AP build and can do a lot of sustain through it. At the same time, the lightning does a lot, but that's the big down bit of the fact that you don't have a tank. It looks like it's supposed to be Sal, but that was so much damage that just came out of Alien Sniper that you do need to be holding hands now at this point. It has to be the buddy system, and with this dragon coming down as well at soul point, I feel like this might be the end of the game drawing near, because I think there's going to be an ace in the near future.
Well, it's going to be deletion on the support of Williamstown, as they will be running for the life, and I'm not sure how far they can run there. Ungood is buying so much time. They are just kiting around the Yasuo. The Yasuo is immediately the bait. The Zonya's to buy a little bit of space, but the team will just goon squad, and with access to the Cloud Dragon Soul, I feel like Nexuses are under threat.
Now, this is where you kind of sit back and go, alright, do you rush the Baron then walk in? I'd love to see them make the play and go towards the top side, but they're just holding deep, and Dragon Ninja just jumping in.
Feeling it there, jumps in over the wall there. A bit of a flashy shenanigans going off there, but it is an effective tower dive. The turret's going to fall, an ace comes through, and this is looking like University High will be taking the game.
Yeah, you can tell now they've just got too much of a lead, too many of the objectives, the fact that they've got that Dragon Soul, and also the fact that they've got that massive gold lead now, 15k as well, but... Ooh, Lightbulb's trying to hold on there.
Yeah, it does get the kill onto the Evelyn. And in fact, it does look like University High are backing away with the loss of the Evelyn there. It's not as easy to end. Remember, the lack of range coming in from their team is quite severe, and without a Baron buff, they actually can't end, because the Kindred, while they have 11 stats, that's not a lot of ranges. Oh my god, Classy, no. That's a disaster.
He thought he could be able to do it, but not respecting the fact that there's possibly going to be a Pike sitting in the wing, and sure enough, was there just to protect that back coming across. I mean, I understand where this is coming from. This really does come down to the fact that Lux is great at stalling games out. So Jizzle charging in, but will force the flash at least. So again, a little bit of just disrespect coming out of these players. Classy not respecting the fact that, hey, maybe there's a reason why he's sitting there on this back. I think Dragon Ninja is not meant for the Rift much longer.
No, especially with the flank coming from Syrup there. It looked like a bad trade, but Dragon Ninja didn't have a choice there. With the flank coming in from Syrup, if they kept running, they were going to get caught. So you had to try and turn it around to the Sal. You make the best out of a bad situation.
In the end, though, does not manage to make the lemonade out of lemons, but Thonk, fancy's lucky, can actually kill Tesserae. He's going for it now. Yeah,
but it's actually getting caught out a little bit by Syrup.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough.
Can't do anything there with the Sterix Gauge and the Zonyas. It ain't happening. Baron started up, though. And Baron will pretty much die pretty quickly unless Drizzle can pull off a miracle steal.
I've seen it happen before, but not today.
Seen it happen before, but not happening today. The time that Thonk bought was more than enough, just stunning him out.
Yeah, you can tell Thunk was looking for the kill on Tesserae, but at the same time was able to double up and get that vision, so was allowing a nice easy Baron tank here, and this is exactly what they needed to jump in. I would have loved for them to actually just hightail towards this top side and push up the minions that way, but I guess you know what? If you want to go down the guts, they're going down the guts. Yeah, Alien Sniper holding onto that front line there. Has the Elixir of Sorcery even. Level 18, 23 kills, doing really good as... Oh my lord, Lightbulb didn't deserve to be treated like that one. As Ungood goes the wrong way with the real wall, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. The rest of the team piling in on top of it. Goodbye, Williamstown. You can... Oh, Classy?
No way, Classy. No way did Classy turn this around there. Thonk backs away from that one. Alien Sniper's fallen. The Nexus turrets are gone. The Nexus is exposed. You just need to hit the Nexus, but the Aphelios is online. No way. No! Oh, no.
He's offline. Someone pulled the disconnect cord at the very end.
Oh, man. That could have been a beautiful turnaround, but it just was not enough. That will be University High, whenever they decide to actually hit the Nexus, will win the game and go 5-4 in Division 2.
Wow. Big of a finish there. You can tell, really, at the end of the day, they were the ones that were playing the game the whole way through. I feel Williamson could have possibly pulled this back if they managed to hold out, but I respect the fact that, of course, even though it was a 35-minute game, they did decide to put their foot down and actually close out. I feel like something that's a little bit of at risk in this Division 2 games. When they do get the advantage, they start to hang out a little bit, they start to play around a bit too much, and it allows their opposing team to get back into the game. And next thing you know, like, what do you mean they've got Baron? They've just killed 2 of us, and they're able just to push straight through mid at 40 minutes and finish it. Not going to happen in this game, and a bit of respect coming from Uni Blue towards the very end. So I do like how they went for the throat and then managed to close this out.
Yeah, and leading the charge is our MVP by Optus and Torrens University. Surprise, surprise, Alien Sniper! 24-3-14 on the Evelyn. Pretty much took over the early game and the mid game and kind of the late game as well. A phenomenal showing on the Assassin in that jungle position there, and just what a damn good game out of the jungler here.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with it as well. You could tell it really was what allowed the rest of the team to bridge and get to that point. At no point in time would Thonk be anywhere near as big if it wasn't for Alien Sniper, allowing him to just sort of rest on the shoulder and continue to get amass that gold. And that really bridged the rest of the team at the same time as well.
Exactly, and that's going to be that for game number 1 over here at Meta HSC. But guys, do not go anywhere. In 15 minutes, game number 2 is scheduled to begin. Canberra Meta High School and St. Maron's College will be battling it out. So we'll see how that goes. But guys, don't go anywhere. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.